Hi, Jade here from The Rawsome Truth. Today I want to talk to you about transitioning to a raw vegan diet. This is a question that I get quite often. How do you do it? There's lots of ways many people do it. Some people just go bang, cold turkey, straight into it. But most people don't find it that easy, and to be honest, I wasn't one of those people. I had tried for so long to be a raw vegan. On, off, then I'd say, oh, stuff it, this isn't for me, and I'd just go back to eating cooked food. So I'm going to talk to you on my perspective and what worked for me. For me, it was always my goal. So being my number one goal to be a successful raw vegan, I never lost sight of the big picture. Even if I fell off the wagon, which I did numerous times, I kept having it in my head, I want to be a raw vegan. For me, being a raw vegan, a high carb raw vegan, not high fat, to me was my way of being able to reach the pinnacle of health. And I'm still striving to get there, although I've been raw vegan for 14 months. So it's, we're all works in progress. Now, the number one thing people have to do if they want to be a raw vegan is be kind to yourself. And really be kind. I see people put so much pressure on themselves, and the minute that they consume some cooked food, they beat themselves up and call themselves a failure, hopeless, a loser. I can't do this, it's too hard. And automatically you've told yourself that you can't do this. I think first and foremost you have to tell yourself you're a raw vegan. Fake it till you make it, so to speak. Now, first of all, start crowding your plate. So in the morning, if you're a person who generally has oats, let's just say, crowd your plate. Still have oats, but put plenty of fruit on there so your body starts to get used to the fact that you're going to have fruit in the morning. Little by little, lessen the amount of oats that you're having. Sounds pretty simple, and it sounds like something that you'd be able to do. Bit by bit, change over and start having a raw breakfast. So once you've started crowding out the oats or whatever it is that you have, start to get rid of that and start saying, you know what, I can do this, I can have a raw breakfast. Once you're successful at having raw breakfasts every day, you're going to start to feel like you've achieved something. So make that your first goal. Don't put yourself in this whole thing where you say, oh my God, if I'm not eating 100% raw, I'm not raw. You are starting to make the steps to become a raw vegan. Little by little, your lunches, crowd them as well. You can still do that at the same time you're doing the breakfast. Crowd them out. For me, I have always, for the last 7 years, had monster salads as part of my lunch. So, I was 7 years ago, I was still back eating animal products. So I'd have that as well. First and foremost, get rid of animal products, because no matter what, if you fall off the wagon, you want to be falling back onto a plant-based diet. And when I say plant-based, let's try as much as possible to keep processed vegan food out of our diet, because that does nothing for us. It's not healthy. So, making a name to have a huge, big salad, and if you need to have on the side some potato or something like that, have that. And bit by bit, wean yourself off. Now, for lunch, generally I have huge amounts of fruit. But if you're having potatoes or something like that on the side, that's why I recommend having salad, because if you're mixing starches and fruit at lunchtime, you're not going to feel very good. So bit by bit, you want to be replacing that fruit, the potatoes, with fruit. So you're having fruit, and you can still have the monster salad with it. There's nothing wrong with getting as much greens as possible into your diet. Throughout the day, for your snacks, have fruit. Really start to make fruit such a big part of your diet, because believe me, when you become a 100% raw vegan, fruit is going to be your life. So really get used to having large amounts of fruit in your diet so that your body is adjusting and starting to cleanse, because fruit is very cleansing. When it comes to dinner time, and this is usually the biggest struggle for most people, I get it. I totally get it, because it's something that Breakfast and lunch, you can say, I can handle it, but dinner time, you may have a family who are eating cooked food, you may want to go out for dinner, all these different things. It becomes an absolute nightmare for people. So, yet again, you're crowding your plate. Ultimately, if you are not vegan, get rid of animal products. Replace those animal products at first with legumes and lentils, and bit by bit weaning yourself off of them and putting more and more raw food into your diet. Now, if you're new to a raw vegan diet, I advise you to get as many dressing recipes as possible. Monster salads and dressings are your best friend for dinner. Now, you can get onto my Instagram, which is @TheRawsomeTruth. I've got plenty of free recipes there. But you know what? You can Google so many. Just Google high carb salad dressings and plenty will come up. Plus, if you get onto my forum, Raw Vegan Fruitarians for Life, it is at this point in time probably one of the biggest raw vegan, high carb raw vegan fruitarian forums in the world. So there's plenty of people from all over the world, so you can find the right dressing for you, your culture, your climate, whatever, what fruit and veg is in season, the whole bit, and start to have these beautiful salad dressings because they make salads so much more enjoyable. When I first started as a raw vegan, my dehydrator was my best friend. I don't eat dehydrated food anymore because it's not hydrating for my skin, and my skin has been my first priority since I started this journey. But when you're starting, you're still craving that sort of cooked food kind of feeling. So get on and find some dehydrated recipes. If you go into my YouTube channel, I've got a little section of dehydrated recipes. I've got a lot on my Instagram account as well, and yet again, get on my forum. There's always plenty of recipes there. They were my best friend. They really helped me. Little by little, I started getting rid of having the raw pizzas and all those kind of things. Not to say I wouldn't have them occasionally if I went to a raw restaurant or something like that. But raw crackers were really a big part of my diet. So I'd have my big salad and my raw crackers on the side. It just felt like I was having something. And for me, something I really missed was having that crunch. Bit by bit, I replaced the crackers with raw, having big sides of lettuce on the side. If I'd make myself a raw chili or something like that, because I love raw chili, and then I could put that in there and have a raw taco. So it's getting really creative with your meals and making it enjoyable. The more enjoyable you make this lifestyle and the more you can fit it into your life, the easier it will be to transition. Make yourself feel like you're normal. So when I was going out for dinner, like to a friend's house or something like that, I would make something special like raw tacos or raw bolognese or a mushroom stroganoff or something like that. So whilst other people were sitting there having their cooked food, I didn't sit there thinking, I'm sitting there with my lettuce. I was sitting there with something exciting, and I was watching other people afterwards get tired after they'd had their cooked food, and I'm like, I'm ready to go because I'm raw and I'd feel great. So it's always about making yourself feel good when you're on this lifestyle. The other thing you've got to make sure you do, once you're making that final transition and say, yes, I'm ready to do this, because that's how I got. It was just that click one day where I said, you know what, I can do this. I can have 100% raw vegan days. And it started off for me at first where I was having 1 a week, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, then 7. Yay! And the one thing you've got to do is make sure you eat enough. I advise anyone when starting this lifestyle to download Chronometer or MyFitnessPal or something like that and ensure you're having 2,000 calories a day, because you're used to having sort of little sized bowls as a cooked, vegan, and all of a sudden you're not having little sized bowls. Your bowls are like this, and believe me, they are. And you've really got to get the hang of the sheer amount of volume that you need to consume as part of a raw vegan diet. For me, also, juices were really great when starting off because they helped me boost my calories, because my body wasn't ready for all that volume I don't seem to have a problem nowadays. Smoothies are fantastic when starting out because you can get large amounts of volume in. So finding smoothie recipes, juice recipes and things like that are great for this lifestyle. The most important thing I believe for anybody is to have a support group. If my support group's not the right one for you, that's okay. Find one that is, but make sure you have a raw vegan support group. It's essential because I assure you, you won't have any raw vegans, so to speak, in your life, besides your online friends. That's unless you live in Houston. They seem to have a huge group there. So, but put ads out on Facebook and stuff. Try and find some other raw vegans in your suburb, your area, and, see if you can organise a potluck lunch or whatever. Even if people aren't 100% raw, if they're 80 and 90%, they are probably likely to enjoy having raw lunches with you and stuff so that you can feel like you have people to share your lifestyle with. Most importantly, be kind to yourself. This is a hard road ahead. I'm never going to say to people it's really easy. It's easy once you've got the hang of it, but getting used to getting through the waves that you go through on this lifestyle, you need to be kind to yourself. If you have a bad day, remind yourself, one bad day isn't a bad week, and it's really important to do that. Most importantly, keep your eye on the prize. If your ultimate prize is to be a raw vegan, remind yourself daily that you're going to get there. These are just my tips. These are what's worked for me. Become raw. It's changed my life. It's made me so much happier within. It's been very spiritually enriching, and the health benefits are just unbelievable. But not to mention the great online community that I've managed to meet and create through this lifestyle. I'm Jade. This is the Rawsome Truth. Subscribe to my channel. Love life and live free. Bye for now.